So today I want to share how I use journaling to sort through my emotions when I'm conflicted and I can't get through. And normally I talk about this in terms of food. If you're having a food craving and you don't want it, but you want it, and you're stuck in the middle, well, that's being stuck in the middle, torn between two sides. That feeling, it's not just related to food, right? It comes up in life. And for me, it comes up a lot in this business, this channel, Eating Enlightenment. And I want to share more of the business side of the journey and really how I take these same lessons and apply them to my own life. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this journaling process um, that I did the other day. That'll be the first part of the video. And then I will talk more about, in the second half of the video, why I felt stuck, why I might be changing a little bit of the messaging coming up on the website and emails and so forth. I don't know what I'm changing it to, but this is a process of discovery, and that'll be the second half of the video. So first of all, let me just invite you to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about food cravings and really about, I think, inner peace. I think this is what I'm really about. Inner peace. A feeling of calm inside, an ability to get clear. So if you like this stuff, please do subscribe, and let's just get into the video. So I went to the beach the other day and I went by myself. I got my towel, I got my shades, I got this journal. I even brought it to the beach because I said I needed some time alone where I can just sift through these emotions. Kind of like you're mining for gold, you gotta sift, you gotta sort out all the dirt because you got thoughts. Panic, stuck, why bother? And I had all these swirling thoughts. And so I know from the past, this is what I do when I get stuck. I journal. I've been doing this for years. I journal. And I want to show you that. So this is sort of stage 3 in this process that I teach. Food satisfaction first, mindfulness second, and then stage 3 is where you kind of dialogue with the parts, with kind of. So let me just share with you. Let me just kind of ramble and share with you my understanding. So I got on the beach and I just let these thoughts come up. And I started writing the thoughts out. And I started with an improver part because part of me is addicted to self-improvement. I'm always trying to figure out how things are better. And I noticed an obsessive quality to this. I'm obsessed about getting better. I'm obsessed about improving and getting better. And as I kept on just sitting there patiently, I kind of came across this morally superior part. Why was I so obsessed? Well, I want to be better. I want to win. I want to, I want something that says I'm good, an achievable thing. If I achieve this, in weight loss terms, if I get to this weight, then I'm lovable. For me, it's like, it's like I got to improve so that I win, so that I'm lovable. And I also feel this psychic pain. This is like a psych ache. A psych ache is, it's in your psyche, but it's also in your body. It's in your heart. It feels like a hole in your heart. This has been my ever-present companion that flares up from time to time. It literally feels like a hole in my heart. It was a lot worse, and I used to go to great lengths to cover it up. I can handle this psychic pain now. I can, and you'll see actually how I go into the psychic pain and heal the child within if we just keep on following this journal entry. So let me just so I map out all my parts, all right? I map out all my parts. You can see them on the journal entry. I map out all my parts, and I just start listening to them. And it seems like the two that are standing out, what you can see in this picture is, I just kind of am writing this out on the beach, so I'll try to decipher it for you, but F and S. So the F stands for at the top, the figure out the next step part. It says, well, what's next? It says, what's next? What's your next step? What are you doing next? What's next? That's kind of the tone of voice that I heard behind this part. And it was also in contrast, in conflict. It was in conflict. It was arguing with this S part. Okay? The S part was this like stuck part. And so they cut their argument, their internal argument, these thoughts that I'm kind of writing on paper that are in my head while I'm at the beach. Takes me 10, 15 minutes, 20, 30. I forget how long I was there. But anyways, I'm in pain right now at the beach, right? There's pain getting stirred up. But I know I can sit with that pain and I can sort through it. And so, anyways, I'm sitting on the beach writing out my parts. I figure out the two most important thought patterns that seem relevant, that are standing out. I listen to them clash, and one part is saying, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And then this other part is saying, you've tried everything. You've tried everything. You've done everything before. Why are you doing it again? Why? Don't even get started. Don't. And I'll tell you more about that part, I guess, why it's feeling that way in the second half of the video. But just sticking on the beach and how I sort through these, I eventually keep on asking these IFS questions that I teach in the course, right? That's like chapter 4 of the course. After you got your food satisfaction and mindfulness, then you can kind of get the IFS stuff. And that's where you start to peel back the layers on these parts. Don't have time to go into it right now, but there are steps. There's like 6 steps where you connect to these parts, you ask them certain questions, and you get to hear what they say. And I eventually discovered that this stuck part is feeling sad. There's this feeling of sad. And then we worked with the sadness. And this is where I went. So this sadness, I stay with this sadness. And whenever we're dealing with trauma, because this is trauma, psychic pain, if there's psychic pain, there's trauma. I know, yeah, there's trauma. If there's psychic pain, there's trauma. We don't need to go into, if your parents were good or bad or whatever. You can have great parents that still have trauma. Our culture is traumatizing. I mean, this whole emphasis on productivity, and that alone can be traumatizing in some ways. So anyways, I'm with my trauma. I recognize this is trauma right now. I'm like, okay, this is sad. It really hurts. No wonder all these protective parts are, what's next? They're trying to cover it up, and I've made sense of it using those questions. And so I know trauma's young, so I imagine what comes to mind is this feeling. I write it down. Feeling alone as a kid, no mom there. I'm sad. To heal trauma, how you heal trauma is you gotta be with your inner kid. So you gotta kind of know what they're going through. You gotta be able to sense them inside of you. So, I'm feeling alone as a kid. So I'm on the beach. I've written out my parts. I'm just watching the wind, kind of letting it soothe me, because I'm triggered, right? I'm triggered. I know I'm triggered. That's mindfulness. That's step 2. You got to know you're triggered. So I'm on the beach. I've written out my parts out. I've sorted through them. I've kind of gotten to this kernel, this little kernel. Remember, we're sifting through the noise, the chaos, the confusion. We're sifting through. And so now I'm at the beach, and I can sense my inner child, and yeah, I circle it. Stay with the psychic. You just want to stay with the pain. It hurts. It does hurt. But if you know how to look for self, right, you want to be certain that you're in self, that you're not overwhelmed or anything like that. All right, this is very, very important when you're dealing with trauma. You got to be able to sense that you're in self. Again, that's conversation for a different thing. It's in the course, but there are qualities. So I was calm. I was curious. I knew I was calm and curious, even though I was in pain. So I said, okay, I have enough self right now. I have enough presence to be with this trauma, to just be there. And I hung out with that kid on the beach. Maybe I put my hand on my heart on the beach. I'm not sure what I did. I just stayed there. And you can see at the other side of the journal, the final product is sort of the transition. Whenever we get in touch with trauma and we can process it in this way, we are essentially removing psychic obstacles that are blocking our growth. So for me, I was able to really see things differently about my life and about where I'm at in life. And I'll share that with you in the second part of the video.